Alright, hello everyone, Arrow here. Uh, Sorry, I apologize for not having posted video last week. Things got a bit busy uh, in real life, so that I never got around to it, wasn't able to get around to it, not even a quick showdown video, you know. Again, before we start off, still, just the whole thing of subscribe, just one more, boom, we hit double digits, and I got a special idea planned for when we do hit that mark. But, today's video is something simple. It's a kind of a get to know me type of thing. And so here I have a list that I made on the tier list maker. It is my top 45 because that's all I could think of at the time. Top 45 Pokemon in kind of a ranked order, not really specific, but about how it is. So as we get higher, I'll start at the bottom and go, and as we get higher, it'll be a bit more in depth as to why. So yeah, I'll start off with the bottom row here. Nothing really too special about the bottom row here. It's just I enjoy the designs of these Pokemon. I think they're really cool, or adorable in some cases. Yeah, some real standout ones I would have to say would be Wo-Chien, Slitherwing, and Xurkitree. Those being top of the grouping. Yeah, so then in next row here, 26 to 35, here we got, start off with Salandit. I specifically have Salandit on here due to when I played through Pokemon Moon, I didn't know how, at the time I didn't know how all the evolution stuff with Salazzle and Salandit all worked, so it just was just any Salandit involving Salazzle. I now know that's not the case. I needed a female. One I had was a male, but I still didn't care, and so I taken that Salandit all the way to the Elite Four, all the way to being a champion in Pokemon Moon. This Salandit's name was Heatwave. It was Heatwave the Salandit. Very cool. It's similar thing to Primarina there. Is, yeah, just I enjoy the design, and it was a main Pokemon that I used during my Moon playthrough, which, yeah, it was really good. Inteleon is kind of a similar vein of that, as is Sneasler. And yes, I know some may claim that they're terrible designs, but I beg to differ. I think they are quite well designed. And if you disagree, well, too bad. I think they look good. Okay. Squirtle and Quaxley, just adorable starters, and starters are always good. Can't go wrong with a good starter. Crustle and Electros are fun because I am a big Gen 5 fan. And so, these are like two of my favorites from that region, from the region itself. And like with Crustle specifically, it's due to the rock bug typing, because like there are only like a total of 3 lines of rock bug types, all 3 of which are on this list, represented on this list with Shuckle, Crustle, Armaldo, which I'll talk about later. I just enjoy all the rock bug types. And then Electros is here as well because due to its natural thing of not having any weakness, due to it being a pure electric type, meaning it's only weak to ground, and then its ability being Levitate, which makes it immune to ground moves, so just naturally no weakness, which is pretty cool. Duraludon's an interesting one because they're a very recent one, and it was due to the fact of Archaludon, which is up way higher on the list. But due to my immense love for Archaludon, it kind of extended to Duraludon itself. Plus, with its whole thing of it already being a pretty strong Pokemon, and then getting being able to utilize the Epheliolite is just, I don't know, there's just something about that, and I'm like, oh my god, that's just so cool. And then Ribombee here. Ribombee and Seismitoad on the row above, they are really interchangeable, but those two are here due to them being, I would say, arguably my favorite and what I think are the 2 best shinies. Just period. Some may claim, oh, it's actually like Magikarp because it's gold, or Umbreon, which I'm gonna be honest, Umbreon shiny is mid. That's a mid-tier shiny. But anyways, I'm not gonna go on that tangent. But yeah, Seismitoad and Ribombee, very interchangeable between the two. Really kind of depends on how I'm feeling on the day, on which one I prefer more. But I really like both of them. Cloudsire, Grafaiai, and Quavel are Pokemon that I like when they were announced. I was like, holy crap, I love these. And then after using them in Pokemon Violet, my love for them just grew even more. Citadel and Cetitan. So first, Cetitan was announced. I was like, there's just something about it. I was just like, I love this thing. This thing is amazing. I want this thing. And then when I found Citadel, Citadel is just perfect. Just perfect. Just perfect. Down to the last minute detail. And literally, Citadel is one of 2 characters just in the entire world. Just one of 2 characters that whenever I see them, my brain jumps to that one song where it's like, here comes the boy. You know, I just really like those 2. Just absolutely perfect Pokemon. You just can't go wrong with those. Go-Go is an interesting one. With Go-Go, I never really like its design is pretty cool. I grew to enjoy it during Pokemon Violet because I had one, and Skidoo was actually one of like the first shiny I ever found in Pokemon Violet, which then evolved into Go-Go, which is honestly pretty good shiny, I'd say. And then I also have a little figurine of it from like back in like 6th grade, so like long time ago. I don't remember where exactly it came from. I just remember having it for like and receiving it way back then. Yeah, just something about it is just, yeah, I just enjoy that. Greninja. For the longest time, Greninja was I would say that Greninja was like my #1 favorite Pokemon ever. Of course, as time has gone on, my favorites have changed, and it's a bit lower now on this on the favorites list here. Crawdon. It's a cool Pokemon. I think what really helps it is due to the fact of it being the evolution of Corphish. Which Corphish is a Pokemon that I really enjoy for like an unknown reason. Just something about Corphish makes my brain happy, but not as much as like Citadel. Or like as much as Citadel, just like in a different way from Citadel. Zorua, Hisuian Zorua specifically, is the same as Citadel. Not like exactly the same, but like it is a very adorable Pokemon. Its design is arguably one of the best. Like it's perfect. It's shiny, amazing. Just everything about it is just so good. But then both forms of Zoroark. Okay, so both forms of Zoroark are on here. Well, because I enjoyed both forms, and I just felt it was necessary. They were different enough to warrant them each. Both versions having the two versions having their own spot on this list here. And so I think what really helps Zoroark is, well, one, its cool design, and like its whole thing with like illusion, so cool. Plus Hisuian Zoroark's typing of normal ghost having 3 immunities is crazy. But then also due to N in Black and White, and Black 2 White 2. N, hands down, is my favorite character in the entirety of the Pokemon franchise. You show me N, and I'll be like, yes. What do you need? Yes. I will buy this product. It is N. He is my boy. I will not extend further on my feelings about N, because I don't want, I hope to get monetized someday, and I don't want any problems with things that I say in the past, and you know how it is. So I will not elaborate on my feelings about N any further. Oh, to Corphish. Corphish is an interesting one here. So, with Corphish, there's just something about Corphish, just like in my brain. Like, I'm not sure what it is about Corphish, because one of the things, just to provide an example, one of the things about Corphish that my brain just my brain just goes on about is an idea of a Let's Go game, like the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee games, where your partner Pokemon is Corphish. It's something that I know will probably never exist because Corphish is not that popular. But yet my brain still craves it. It's just like, I can't, like, my brain just wants it. It just is like, I have to have this, even if it does not exist. I remember even at one point starting to make work on even just starting with concepts or just making the game myself in my own Let's Go Corphish. I had even taken care of like stat distributions for the partner Corphish in relation to like the partner Eevee partner Pikachu. I had made like special forms of Pokemon that would all be exclusive to this game. I had even gone as far to make its own box art for it, for like a Switch copy of it. Yeah, there's something about Corphish. It just is so intriguing to me. Phalanx. If you had, as you've seen, in one of my previous videos, Phalanx is just, I just find Phalanx to be very good and kind of underutilized. I would love to see it used more. I think it could really shine if it were to find like its specific like thing that it's good at. I just kind of have a history like with Phalanx and just like how much I enjoy Phalanx. Phalanx is good. I really like Phalanx. Tatsugiri is like a recent development, like even more recent, I'd say, or maybe not about as recent, I'd say, as Duraludon and Archaludon. Because due to specific thing that has gone on with me and friends. So this server that I'm in, there's like a bunch of people and stuff, but long story short, I don't remember the exact circumstances, but I, on that server, am just known as Tatsu, or Tatsu, short for Tatsugiri. And so I think that's kind of what has made my enjoyment of Tatsugiri grow. Because like at first I thought, oh yeah, this is pretty cool idea, kind of cute, yeah. But just with the whole thing of me being Tatsu has really grown on it. Has really like grown that love for it. Next we got Grovyle. And if any of you have played a Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of like Time, Darkness, or Sky, you will understand why Grovyle is so cool. It's just like, it's because of that game that I have that love for Grovyle. Because like Grovyle is just so cool in that game. It's just absolutely so cool. Ogerpon. Ogerpon, another one of those like just perfect Pokemon. I would die for this Pokemon. I would protect this thing with my life. And that's pretty much it. I just really like Ogerpon. Like really, really like Ogerpon. Leafeon, arguably, in my opinion, the best evolution. Now others may say, "Oh, it's what? It's like one of the worst." No, it's the best. Best. I have like multiple plushes of it. I have a pop figure of it. Like, it is my favorite. When I see Leafeon, it's like, yes, I must have it. This is my favorite. Registeel, I would have to say, honestly, it's my favorite legendary. Just like of all of them, it has to be Registeel, with like the only real competitor, of course, being Ogerpon. But yeah, and then Armaldo. Armaldo, like originally my love for Armaldo started with Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Sky, like the special episode where it goes into detail about Guildmaster Wigglytuff's origins back when he was an Igglybuff. And just from there, Armaldo, just something about Armaldo is just like, I just always saw it as like super cool. It's like, I always enjoyed Armaldo. And then in recent years, Armaldo has actually become a running joke in my friend group, to the point of like some of my friends being like, please, no Armaldo, I beg of you, please, no Armaldo. And so it's just, Armaldo's just been hyped. Just, I think it's definitely like in the top there. And then we come to the top 5 here. So first up, Murkrow and Honchkrow. Like these top 5 here. Besides really Archaludon, that one's a bit recent one. That's just it's just like something about Archaludon. It just quickly became one of my favorite Pokemon. But not being able to top Sarah Legend Claydol, which I'll go into their thing in a bit. But then, for now, Murkrow and Honchkrow. So, in my entire time playing Pokemon, all the way from back when I was like in single digits, which was a long time ago, it started in Pokemon Diamond with this Murkrow, which eventually became a Honchkrow, named Devil. It was originally that. Then in the next game, I have it written down somewhere, the whole like which games and stuff, but I can't remember. But then there was the Devil II, which was pretty cool, which I thought was a fun idea. But then in this Pokemon Emerald randomizer, I had this Murkrow named Devil III, and they were very, very good. Like being part of like the final team, and they have Devil III specifically has close ties with Claydol that I will be talking about soon, momentarily. But then it just kept going, so then there was a 4th, then a 5th, and a 6th, 7th, like even extending beyond into like many different ones, into like many different games, even into like real life as well, with both when I think Mega Constructs had been doing their Pokemon, has their Pokemon sets, And one of the, like, they had like these Pokeball series, and one of them that they had one time was a Murkrow. And so boom, there's another devil that exists in real life. And this whole family lineage has gotten to the point that like even my family knows about it. And so for like Christmas, like I don't believe it was last year, but like the year before, my dad had actually gotten me a like the Pokemon City Cuties. He'd gotten one of Honchkrow. I had opened it. I was like, oh snap! Oh, it's Honchkrow. That's awesome. And he goes, no, it's Devil. And I'm like, oh my god, it's just that memory of just like him being like, no, it's Devil specifically. Like, it's just, it always just makes me happy to think about that memory. And then talk about Arcaludon, Claydol, and Cerulege. These two Pokemon have a deep emotional attachment to me. And when I mean that, like, these two Pokemon are like my two favorite Pokemon in the entire world. Like, whenever I have to pick between, like, to the point, like, I can't even pick between the two. Like, I cannot decide between the two. And it's for similar reasons. So that Pokemon Emerald randomizer that I had mentioned earlier when talking about Devil the Third. That is the same one that had a Claydol. I had a Claydol in there. Their name was Clay. And they just absolutely carried me through the entire playthrough. And mind you, this was a Nuzlocke, so meaning if a Pokemon fainted, it is dead. And so, like, and whenever it comes to a Nuzlocke, I always get attached, because you gotta name them, get attached and all that. Well, Claydol was like, it was the ace of my team. Just always there. It was like very instantaneous too that I took a liking to this Pokemon. And I'm gonna reveal something that I haven't ever revealed to someone else before. But early on in the playthrough, Clay had actually died, early in the playthrough, and I was just so heartbroken about it that I was like, this is just a Nuzlocke for me. Because like I had been talking to this about all my friends, and like none of them know about this until now, because when they watch this. But yeah, Clay had died. I was just like early on, like I'm talking like in Pokemon Emerald, it's like an Emerald randomizer, and I'm talking like really early on, like Brawl, like I beat the first gym. There's like the May fight, and then like shortly after that is when Clay had died. But like I had just such an attachment to Clay that I was like, if I don't have to tell anyone this, so I'm gonna just say, like, I'm gonna just pretend like Clay never died. And so I just healed up Clay. There was the only one time. This was a one-time thing. But I basically said, no, Clay never died. So in a way, like, I think you could consider Clay a zombie due to the fact of me being like, I don't want to lose this Pokemon. I am very attached to this. I will be very sad for many days if I just allow this. So, no. Clay did not die. Clay did not die. Yeah, I will not tell anyone this, of course, until now. And so, but yeah, Claydol has just been just a major part of that. Clay was just a major part of that, and just has made Claydol like one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, right next to Ceruledge, which has a similar thing, though not as like, it wasn't a Nuzlocke or randomizer or any of that. It was just sheer enjoyment. My Pokemon Violet playthrough, I had a Ceruledge named Protag that ever since it joined the team, it never left the team and has not left the team since. Like, I could check when, but here, give me a moment. Okay, so after checking, I have had Protag has been on my Pokemon Violet team since December 3rd, 2022. So over a year. In December it'll be 2 years. We'll mark 2 years that Protag has been on the team. And so, yeah. And then, so now with that marks the end of this video. Yeah, so again, before I end the video here, again, subscribe so I can get to double digits, and I promise what I have planned will be very nice. But yeah, with that, that's the end of this video. See ya.